Not even live yet.
Oh, we're live.
We were deleted from Facebook again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man.
But we are 10 seconds into live now, right? 12 seconds. There's a little clock up here.
Yeah, we are now.
Okay.
Can you go into Facebook? We're going to see if we can get Facebook on.
Okay. Right now we're all silent.
They do this every time. Facebook does.
Okay.
All right. Now we're on Facebook.
In theory, we are back doing what we're supposed to be doing.
Oh, CW. Howdy, gang. Hi.
Hi, CW. Well, rocking start there.
Did you see our rocking start? That was so strange. It was really bizarre.
Forget what the heck we're doing here.
I know. So we changed the name. If you were tuning in and you're wondering what happened to Haunted Campfire Tales, we changed the name from Haunted Campfire Tales to Ghost Watch. And that'll be our new name from now on. It explains what we do. Because we're always looking for ghosts and watching for ghosts, whether we're on the air or we're someplace or at home.
Yeah, Haunted Campfire Tale sounded like we were just going to tell ghost stories rather than actually talk about the real thing.
Exactly. And we do want to talk about, the real thing. I know that Paul Hollis just said, "Greetings, Casper family." Hi, Paul.
It's a ghostly thing.
Yes. Anyway, does anyone in the peanut gallery have any questions for us or any ghost stories? CW, have you ever seen a ghost? Waiting patiently for an answer here. It takes a while to type, It does.
Well, while we're waiting, the whole... Oh, no, he hasn't.
No, he hasn't.
Okay.
What about you, Paul? Have you ever seen a ghost? Or thought you saw a ghost or heard a ghost or... While we're waiting, what?
Yeah, while we're waiting, just wanted to say that tonight's theme is that we're going to be talking about the Gettysburg investigation that we did from May 11th. We were in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania from May 11th to May 15th. And first 3 nights that we were there, the 11th, 12th, and 13th, we went to different places and did some pretty cool investigations. So we're going to talk about those tonight.
In my dreams only, Paul says.
There you go.
Yeah. I'd love to see one, talk to one. It is so much fun. I think we can all testify to that it is so much fun. Except Les, he's going to tell you he never sees anything, hears anything.
Nothing. Nothing. I see nothing.
Oh, but that's not true. Because when we were walking down that hall in Old South Pittsburgh Hospital, you definitely experienced a ghost.
Sure did.
Uh-huh. And at the opera
Okay, once. All right.
twice. At the Opera House, too.
Duh, come on. We have to change that story, I guess.
You are. You're going to have to say, I usually don't, but sometimes I do hear them. Especially when they're very loud.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
you
make
can't help
themselves known that way.
Pardon me?
When they make themselves known that way by slamming doors.
Oh, that's
So loud.
Yeah, and the one at the Opera House was an all glass door, just with wooden. Those was a bunch of glass panes in a frame.
Yeah.
If anybody had really slammed it that loud, it would have broken. I think it was an old door.
I think so.
CW says, why don't you use the Estes method to begin with instead of the flashlights? It depends.
Sometimes you use them simultaneously.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that the flashlight is actually easier for them to use the Estes method. They have to be able to manipulate talking. And I think that's a little bit harder for them than turning the flashlight on and off. And so a lot of them won't use the Estes method at all. And some of them you have to teach how to do everything. They don't, if you're the first people that have ever investigated, like when we do private homes, lots of times we'll be the first people in there. Nobody else has been in there. Usually. There are some people, though, where we're the third or fourth team in there.
It happens.
But when you're the first team in there and they don't know how to use any of your equipment, then you have to teach them how to use all of the equipment, and that takes time, and it takes practice for them how to manipulate that energy. It's not easy for them. It's exhausting for them, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
We've had a lot of success with the flashlight method as far as communicating, establishing communication.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like there are more direct answers with the flashlight.
But you are limited to yes or no. So
yes, but you get that answer rather than sometimes words that aren't really making any sense to the questions being asked.
Yeah, so the person who has the headphones on has to be, I think you almost have to be as sensitive, because you have to be able to pick out which words are actually what the spirit is saying, and which and what's not just the radio.
And sometimes even then you might not get the correct word, because there's so many words being thrown at you and phrases, so sometimes you don't always get it. With the flashlight, it's on or off. So I think it's a little more trustworthy in that aspect.
Yes they're definitely manipulating it, and they know how to answer yes or no, but you are limited just to yes or no then, which is difficult. Now, like Gary at May Stringer, I mean, he knows Jesse really well now, and so Jesse and Gary have a rhythm going, and so that's really amazing. The last time, if you guys tuned into the live podcast that we did from there, that was, we believe Gary was a vaudeville actor, and we told him, you have an audience, and we're going to ask the audience can ask questions. And so then when you in the audience started asking questions, I think that made Gary really happy, because he'd had an audience for the first time in quite some time. And so he revealed things that night that he'd never revealed before for years. And that was exceptional. And that was through the Estes method, but it was really exceptional. He told us he'd been murdered. He told us he'd been shot. And he said it was
in Memphis.
In Memphis. He had never told us where before, or anybody that had questioned him. And we think he's meant that he was killed by his best friend for sleeping with his best friend's wife. So that was, but I think if it hadn't been for the audience, I don't know if he would have revealed that much, to be honest. Because usually he's just Mr. Funny Guy, joking around. But he was very serious that night, except for constantly mentioning that he was on the bed.
right behind you.
I'm right behind you. I'm on the bed. Jess is just like, yeah, okay. Goofy guy. Yeah, Jess won't be able to join us tonight, and neither can Joy. Joy and her husband are moving to Texas. In your neck of the woods, CW.
No, he's in California now.
Oh, that's right. You moved.
Your old stomping
Your
ground,
old
anyway.
stomping ground.
Houston area.
Yeah, they are moving to the Houston area. Anyway, enough chit chat.
So
Yeah.
Gettysburg.
Gettysburg.
Yeah. We
Gettysburg
had,
was amazing.
it was great. We had a ghost in our Airbnb
Yes,
And-
yes.
who followed me up the stairs a few times. And I think that was about the gist of it for me. But he bothered Robin a lot.
Oh,
He
yes.
was always letting himself be known for Robin. Who
Yeah,
was
the first day I was there and we decided we're all taking a nap. I mean, when everybody got up, I said, "You guys were going up and down the stairs, right?" And you're like, "Nope." And then the second day was the whole thing with the radiator, with the radiator shaking. And I mean, I jumped on the floor to see if I could make it just by walking by, and it didn't make that noise. And then there was the scratching at the door. And by that time I was like, you can just walk through, just come on in.
Just come on in. I don't have to open. So how old was that house?
108 years old.
Okay.
And it was on the battleground, or near the battleground.
Very near.
Adjacent to it. Yeah.
Yes. And beautiful, beautiful old house.
Oh, it was gorgeous. It really was.
And we didn't get a lot of communication from him, but I saw him one time in the living room, and he followed me up the stairs a few times, to the point that I thought somebody else was following me, and I was turning around to speak to them, and there was no one there. So that was kind of fun to be in a haunted Verbo.
So when you say you saw him, did you see him as an apparition, a full-blown apparition, or what did you see him,
It was like a shadow figure. But it was there. It wasn't just in my mind's eye.
Right. You actually saw a shadow figure.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
And it was fun being there.
Shadow figures are interesting, because I think people often think that they're malevolent,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
I don't think that that's necessarily true.
I don't think
It's just
so.
the way
But I
they
don't
present
think
themselves.
I really am not sure. I don't think it's a human spirit, though.
Oh, the shadow figure?
Shadow figure. It does take a human form, but I don't think it's a human spirit.
Interesting.
And so you feel like a non-human spirit was following you up and down the stairs?
Yes.
Oh. Do you think that's what you had too, Robin?
I don't know either way. I just know that there was somebody in there. somebody was like, "You're sleeping?" No.
So
But
that was
yeah, I didn't get a sense either way. I just sensed somebody, something there. I didn't sense non-human or human. It wasn't anything that was frightening. So it was just somebody that decided that, yeah, everybody else is napping, but you're not.
Paul Hollis wants to know, what is the difference in a non-human spirit, between a human spirit and a non-human spirit?
Well, yeah, obviously, the human spirit is somebody who's been alive and lived as a human being. A non-human spirit could be a couple different things. It could be a demon. It could be, what do I want to say? An elemental spirit. And a lot of times elemental spirits will come as some type of a creature or a fairy or a gnome, that type of
Mhm.
and then I also think it's a collective energy. And I think that's what this is, the shadow person. I think it was a collective energy that formed a human shape. But it's just energy. And I do think there's some intelligence there and maybe some curiosity as to what we were doing in that house. But I just didn't get the feeling that it had been a human spirit. Could be, but that was just my feeling.
Yeah, and like I said, I didn't have a feeling either way. I just knew that there was something there trying to get my attention. In fact, with the scratching at the door, I thought it was the dryer. You know how the dryer was outside the door? And I
Right.
kept opening the door. I'm like, no, the dryer is off. And I would shut the door and I'd hear,
Mhm.
stop, just come in. You can sit on the bed. I don't care. I want to go to sleep.
Yeah, most of the energy was focused right around the room that Robin was sleeping in, which was beside the stairway. So that's where we seemed to pick up everything. It was right in that area. When I saw him in the living room, it was just at the foot of the stairs. So it just all seemed to be focused in that area.
I already put that up.
Yeah, because there was nothing like in other parts of the house. And I know that the woman who owned it said she thought there was a little girl outside, and I never saw
Yeah.
or sensed that.
Yeah, we never noticed anything from that.
Yeah, the owner of the house said there was a little girl that people talked about seeing on the porch all the time. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. When we had our apartment in Miami, when we were traveling back and forth between here and Miami all the time, um, we used to have a lot of shadow figures walk through the apartment. And they were, I think that they were left over from the big uh, hurricane
Uh,
because we
yeah.
From
where our
Andrew, yeah.
from Andrew, because where our apartment was right there where all of the people died.
Right
A lot
on
of
the
the
edge.
people died, yeah. And they, a lot of bodies were washed out to sea, and people were never heard of or seen again. And I think a lot of that was from that. Now, um,
A lot of people that worked in the fields and stuff like that, that, you know, there's no record of really.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And in one time we saw, and this was a shadow figure, but I know it was a person, not a non-human, because he he walked through from the apartment beside us, walked through the wall, and walked on out, and went out through over our balcony. And we were like on the third floor or something, but he just walked on through.
Wait, don't do it.
Yeah.
Save yourself.
And then the next morning, we found out that the man in the apartment had passed away in the middle of the night.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And we saw him. Went right on through. Didn't stop to say hello, goodbye.
Never
Later,
introduced
later.
himself when he lived there either. Okay, get out of my apartment.
Yeah,
Interesting, though.
yeah. Also, there we did have. Well, it okay. This you just had said maybe it was a demon, and this could have been a demonic spirit, and um, it presented as a little girl, like about a little girl, maybe like about 11 years old, and it wanted to talk to me. And we were getting ready to go on vacation. We were going to be gone for a couple of weeks, and it took and I didn't have time to talk. I said, "We're getting ready for vacation. I'll talk to you when I get back." And it threw a laundry basket down the hall.
Mhm.
And so I said, Okie dokie. So now I'm not talking to you when we get back, and you are not staying in here. And so we saged and we did,
And so,
yeah, we saged and we did salt on all the windows and the doors. And like I said, we were on the third floor and there was a balcony. And after we had shooed it out and then salted and everything, we saw footprints on our balcony, and they were of a small person's foot and a huge dog's paw, like ginormous, like this big around. And our balcony was concrete, and this was impressed in the concrete. So
Wow.
I know. So we didn't say anything at that time, but when we got back, we called the manager up and asked her to come and look on the balcony. And we said, okay, this is what happened. And we told her what happened. And we went out in the balcony and showed it to her. And so she was like terrified. And we said, is this something that could have happened with the paint or the concrete? Have you ever seen? We wanted to know if there was a natural reason for that to happen. And odd that it happened to show up just when we scooted the little demon out. But she was like, no, no. And she was all like, I'm out. And
she
she
took
was
off.
out, and she never came back into her
Yeah.
apartment.
And I'm sure she's still telling that story.
Oh, I'm
Maybe
sure.
not.
Or maybe, well, not if she wants to rent out that apartment.
Yeah, for sure, not to it renters.
So that, but that was like that whatever that was presented as a little child, not as a shadow. And we never even saw the dog. I never even knew there was a dog I didn't pick up on a dog, but so ghost watch is a good thing because we're always watching for ghosts everywhere we go, even if we're on an investigation or not.
Right.
So Robin and Jess didn't get to go to Gettysburg with us this time, and so I think that we didn't have as good a time as Jenny Wade because they weren't there.
You mean Joy?
Joy.
Yeah, because I was
Joy.
there.
Jesse.
Oh yeah, Robin, you were there. It was Joy and Jesse.
Wow, so easily
Robin
forgotten.
goes, Robin said, I just told about what happened to me while I was there.
We're quite a pair tonight.
I know, we're doing great.
Yeah.
Anyway, what did you guys think about Jenny Wade?
They had us running at Jenny Wade. They were there. It was different spirits than the first encounter.
Mhm.
And every time we would leave one room, something would happen in another room. So the whole night we were going, and it's 2 apartments, and the only way to access the second apartment that we usually don't use is to go up one set of creaky stairs, across where there's a hole in the wall, and then down another set of creaky stairs to get into the other apartment. Or you have to leave the building and go out and around to the front door of the other apartment. And it was pretty cold that time, wasn't it? So
Yes.
every time we'd have something going on in one apartment while we were in the other. And so they were enjoying watching us run around hunting them down. So
I think I went up and down those stairs like 20 times.
You and me both, yeah. And I felt like it was a male spirit predominantly there,
Yes.
not female. Like the last time was female, and this time it was male.
Yeah, and he was basically busting on us. That's what it felt
And a
like.
wiseacre too.
Yeah, yeah.
It's making jokes and stuff like that. But we don't know who it was, but when we were talking to the docent afterwards, she said, "Oh, you felt like it was a male spirit?" And we all said yes. And she said that one of the tour guides that brings tours through during the day felt the same thing, that there was a male spirit being very.
And last time there was not nothing like that last time. It was definitely female and then the little boy, right?
And the little boy. Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. All female and the one little boy. Yeah.
And they wanted to communicate. This guy just didn't seem to want to communicate so much.
No, he was telling when Kathy and I were, that's your sister's name, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That's Kathy.
I was like, all of a sudden I threw a blank. But when we were upstairs at the one
Yes.
point, she was getting responses and he was saying that he was Jenny. And then for something happened, we're like, this doesn't sound right. And he admitted to being male.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just giving us all a hard time. It was
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah. I'll have to ask Kathy what he said, but every time that I would go up and spend time with her and question and stuff, he got really snarky. It's like, well, if you're going to be rude, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
But then tell people what you saw physically, when we first went in there. Beth.
Oh, outside.
I don't remember. Oh, yes. I saw when we were in the parking lot, beside the building and towards the back, I saw what looked like a teenager, a male, just standing there. And I didn't think that it was a spirit. I thought it was a kid just standing there staring us down. And I was like, what is wrong with this kid? Why does he keep staring at us?
Yeah, you got out of the car. You got out of the car to look at him and see what he was
and
doing.
I was like, what is going on with this kid? And it was making me a little nervous because nobody should have been in that spot. So I forgot all about that.
Yeah, and none of the rest of us saw him, so I'm pretty sure it was a spirit.
He might have been the one making us run around the buildings.
That's what I said. That's what I said at the end of the night, because that is something a teenage boy would think was really funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Making all these old folks run up and down the
Right.
stairs.
That's what he's like.
Having a heck of a good time.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's about what happened at Jenny Wade this time. It was, I
A
mean,
lot different.
a lot different. The last time it was, we were talking to all female spirits, and they were making all the in the little boy, and he was playing with the cat balls and being very sweet. And we were, all of our instruments were going off. We were getting responses on everything. I mean, it was just really a crazy, wonderful night. And the
It
first
was
time,
like a couple of hours of just talking to your neighbor almost, because it was that steady and that clear, where this was more like jumbled and lead us astray.
it was jumbled and difficult to get a straight answer. It was really difficult. In the other time, you're right, it was just really easy. And I know that Beth and I were downstairs a couple of years ago, and she and I would be talking, and the spirit would start answering us on the flashlight, agreeing with us or disagreeing with us on the flashlight. We weren't even talking to the spirit. We were talking to each other, and she wanted to be part of the conversation. I mean, it was really,
It was nice. It was fun.
it was a wonderful night. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
That was
so
2 years ago.
we still had a lot of activity, but it just wasn't as pleasant and clear as
Yeah.
Right.
it had been previously. So.
Right.
And if we
Right.
didn't have it to compare to
Yeah.
when we were there before,
Yeah.
it may have seemed like there was a lot more going on, but because
Yeah.
the last so,
Oh, mine's going to go off too.
No.
Oh, no, it's already.
yeah, it just comparatively, because otherwise, like if that had been my first time going, I might have been really excited because of the various things that were happening. But after the prior time, where it was just nonstop, but very steady, very like not frenetic in any way. It was just like I said, sitting down with a neighbor and just talking and talking and yeah.
So then let's move on to the orphanage. What did you all think about the orphanage?
Mm.
Oh, the basement was fun, wasn't it, Robin?
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Should I stay? It was just
Yes.
because like they were like, would you like to try the Estes method? You put it so I have the I almost said earmuffs.
The
What are
headphones.
those things called?
Headphones.
The headphones on and the sound thing, with the white noise and I think I said a couple times I don't hear anything because it was far away and I couldn't. There was nothing coming through, and then all of a sudden it started to build. I felt and it started getting like super loud, and I was getting. You know how you get chills down your back, but they hurt. It was painful, and I could feel like energy building, and that's when I took them off and I said something's not right. And then it felt like, and this is the best way I can describe it, it felt like a bolt of ice electric just go through my body. My legs went numb, my toes were tingling, I couldn't stop shaking. You, thank goodness, came over, you prayed for me, you helped me up the stairs because I couldn't
Yeah.
even walk up the stairs. But then after being up there for a while, I got annoyed after I had calmed down and stuff. I was like, you're not scaring me out of that basement. That's when I yelled down the stairs and said, it's okay if I come back. I just wanted to sit there. I just did not want to have my only experience there be one that had been so radical, I guess. So yeah, so I came back down and I was fine when I was back down. But that whole experience right there was like, I was like, yeah, no. But I had to come back because if I hadn't gone back down, then I would have been probably very tentative about doing anything else after that. So yeah, so it wasn't pleasant. And that was that the only thing we got? Was that the only thing going on? I can't remember. It sort of washed everything else out of my head.
We were getting some information that we thought was from a child and asking for help and trying to leave, trying to get away.
Yeah,
But
right.
that was short lived because I believe that there is a negative spirit that just shuts all the others down.
Yeah.
And whether it was the woman who ran the orphanage or something else that maybe is taking over her being, it totally shuts down any other spirit from talking to us.
Well, not only that, it drained the cameras. It knocked out
Immediately,
your camera,
it
the
drained all
static
of our
camera.
cameras.
And
Yep.
didn't Kathy she was having trouble on the Estes method.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. And that's what
Yep.
she was the one that was picking up on the child that was trying to get away when she was doing the Estes method. And then all of a sudden, it was just a complete shutdown, and all the other kind of negative things started happening.
And if you remember, and Kathy remembered this, us talking about it, and if you remember, that's what happened to Jessie 2 years ago. She was doing the Estes method and talking with a little boy,
Yes.
a child, and it got shut down the same way.
Mm-hmm.
A little child that wanted to leave, and we were all saying, you can leave, it's okay. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And then I had, and Dan had, really bad experience down there, which if Beth hadn't have noticed, I don't know what would have happened, but Beth just called me out of it. I just really felt like almost out of body or something. I was just
I think
zoning out.
a spirit jump, and I think that's what Robin was experiencing also. Um, and I've been taught before by a spiritual advisor, somebody who is a psychic medium and who I trust. At one time I had a spirit in my house, and I said I would walk down the hallway, and then all of a sudden I would get that icy feeling, and then I would just be shivering and shaking on the inside. And that they described to me is that that is a spirit passing through your body, that's giving
Yeah.
you that reaction, and
Yeah.
that makes sense to me. So I think that that's what you and Dan were experiencing 2 years ago, and what Robin was experiencing this year.
Well, it was a very negative spirit. And so before we came this time, I felt like I really had to go and face that spirit. And I knew where it was, you know, and it was in the back there. And
The pit.
the pit.
In the
Yep.
pit.
Yeah. And so I did. I went and I faced it, and it pretty much was like, you're not going to mess with me or anybody else. And it was a good experience, and I'm glad that I did it, because it couldn't get a jump on me that time. I think if you have to be aware, really aware of those things, and have your guard up and not be afraid, and
And
That's what I was
have
glad I went back down. I mean, by the
I
time
think
I had
you did
calmed,
exactly the right thing to come back down.
Yes.
I think so too.
That's why I was telling what I did, because that's exactly what you did, but you did it that night, and
It was trying to scare us away.
yes,
Yes.
exactly. That's because it was not just it was pain.
Yeah.
It had caused pain, like
Mhm.
that was going to like make me run away screaming. It made me. I did go upstairs, but then I was like, I'm not going to use bad language, but I had certain term in my mind when I went back down the stairs.
Does it end with a U?
Yes.
Yes. Yes. So I think that was really, in that respect, that was a good night. And if any of you ever watch any videos about the pit, because I did when we got home, I looked up some, and everybody has pretty much the same story. So, you know, yeah. So if you ever go to the orphanage, be aware, have all your armor on.
Don't go alone.
No.
Don't go
Well,
alone.
just going downstairs at all. Yeah.
Not alone.
Not alone.
Not
Yeah.
alone.
Never mind going in the pit. I think for, probably most people shouldn't go into the pit, period. But I knew I was supposed to. I'd been feeling it for ever since I knew we were going back. I knew that I had to do that.
Yes.
And I'm glad I did. Okay, so
So,
Jenny Wade and the
yeah.
orphanage.
Wednesday night, we went to a place, what was it called? Farnsworth
Farnsworth
House. Yeah.
So
Well,
awesome.
Before we went that evening, we ate outside in a thunderstorm, which was kind of fun.
Okay, so
But
as you know, wait a minute, this is not working.
Yeah.
Joe Concho just made it. Oh, you got here just in time for the Farnsworth
Hey.
House
You're
story, because, okay, it started out, it was a cold and rainy night. It really was.
There was a
It
cold
was a
and rainy night.
thunderstorm and electric lightning, and we couldn't eat in the restaurant because we had Missy with us. And we kept telling the team, you guys can go in and we'll sit out here.
inside where it's
And
warm.
Les is like, nope, we're all going to stay out here. And then it started hailing.
We all kind of
And there was
scooched
like
in.
a plastic kind of,
Yeah.
cover
What was
over
that
the
called?
over the pergola.
Like a corrugated.
Pergola.
So
yeah.
Oh, And they weren't going to let us investigate at all because we had Missy, even though we had verbal
We had cleared it. Yeah.
clearance from somebody previously.
Yes,
So-
and we knew her name, so we were able to say, well, and then the girl tried to apologize to me, and because she had said, well, you can't bring a dog in there, so I said, okay, give us our money back, and she was like, oh, because I'm not going in, and then afterwards she tried to apologize, and after Rob said, I was really surprised you were not kind to her. I said, and yeah, I'm never rude to people. I was like, oh, hey, don't mess with my dog.
Right.
It's like,
She said that thing about being unless it's a service dog. Let me see your paperwork.
yeah,
was like,
and
what?
she
Very
said,
unkind to start.
oh,
Yeah.
she said, unless it's a service dog, do you? And I said immediately, I said, oh no, she's not a service dog at all. And then she said, well, then show me your papers. And I'm like, I just said no. Why
Yeah.
are you being so snarky?
She's not
And,
very friendly.
and then when we got into the Farnsworth house, which now we were sitting outside, right? In the cold and hail and lightning and thunder
And the wind.
and the wind.
Wind. Yeah. Oof.
So the Farnsworth house, they rent out rooms and it has fine dining in there. And it's really very beautiful home. Don't you guys think so?
Oh yes. Yes.
Yeah, with lots of antiques and all kinds of things. And there were 2 tour guides. And we told them right off the bat, don't tell us anything. Wait till the end of the night. We don't want to know anything about the house because we've never investigated here and we know nothing about it. They were like, okay, we understand. And all night, I said, maybe she thought Missy was illegal.
Well, she was cold as ice, that's for sure.
Everyone else at the Farnsworth house was lovely, though.
Yes,
We're all-
Yeah.
but she did have that tude. Oh, they were, everybody else, everyone else, the servers and everybody else were really lovely. It was just her. And it was none of her beeswax either. She was just walking
She was
through.
walking through. Yeah,
It's like,
who asked you anyway?
who asked you? So two tour guides were in there. And we told them, don't tell us anything. And for the rest of the night, Patricia, the one tour guide that went with us, and we're going to have her on the podcast sometime.
Oh,
So,
good.
and the other tour guides, so that they can tell all their stories because they have a lot of stories. Joe Conchel said that was a borderline dad joke.
Borderline, I get
I
it.
don't know about
Good one, Joe.
Borderline dad joke.
I do love a dad joke.
Well, we don't like the borderline though. Anyway, for the rest of the night, Patricia kept saying to me, just let Missy run around wherever she wants to go. And I'm like, no. I mean, they've got beautiful rugs and all these antiques. And I'm like, are you kidding me? No. First, I had her in her stroller, and she said, well, at least take her out of her stroller. And so we did. We let her come out of her stroller. And that was interesting. That was really interesting. I'll tell you why later. But the first thing I noticed when I walked in was I felt a female presence in front of that break front. And I called you and Kathy over to see if you felt it. And Beth said, that it was like a welcoming spirit, didn't you say? And inviting us in, right?
Yes.
And when I walked over and I said, "Oh, I feel a female presence," Patricia, the tour guide, turned to the other tour guide, and I'm sorry, I forget his name, and she goes, "She said she felt a female presence in front of the brake front." Thanks for not letting us know anything, Patricia.
The funny thing is, I didn't go around with you all when because there was a reason for that. I felt that I was still a little out of whack from the night before, and
Oh yeah.
I just wanted to stay away so I wouldn't interfere because I was basically like shooting out, stay away from me, until I calmed down. So, but even later, even though I didn't hear that, and you said you felt something there, I visualized in my head the woman standing there and I kept thinking she's in costume. She's not. Okay, and then that's what I said. She works here or worked here, and then it ended up, yeah, that was the case. It was the woman who used to work there.
Yeah.
But I felt. Can I? Yeah, I don't want to jump. But when you were in the attic, I know you guys said you felt a lot, and
Hi,
then
George.
Hi, George.
but
George.
I felt like when you went up there and you said everything seemed to slow down, I felt like that was my fault because I felt like I was still
Oh no.
trying to keep things away. And that's when I
No.
went outside and I think I went and I put some stuff in the basement, some of the cameras, or did something down in the basement or move something around just so I could get away and get myself all calm. And then when I came back in, I was like, okay, good. I'm good. I'm good to go now.
The basement was probably the worst place for you to go
Yeah,
to
I
get
know,
away.
but I felt okay. I mean, I actually felt a little wary, but I didn't feel like I was going to be like attacked or anything. I just wanted to get away from all of you. I don't like you. No, all of you because I was afraid that I was like projecting
No.
protection. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Too much like so that's why I didn't go up and go around with you guys. So
No, that place was alive. I mean,
Yeah.
It
I
was.
really felt a lot there. I
Yes.
mean,
So there was like 4 or 5 things that at the end of the night, the tour guide told us, and we hit them all. Do you
yes.
remember what they were?
yep.
Do you
Well,
guys?
we can unfold that as we go along and tell them.
Okay.
Well, the first was that welcoming spirit.
And I think it's important to note that she wasn't from like Civil War time, that she
Right.
was more of a modern spirit who just recently passed, and she
Yep.
was like the hostess of
Mm-hmm.
that restaurant. So
Mm-hmm.
that was her job to welcome people in. So
Mhm.
and she would have been in costume, but not
Mm-hmm.
in traditional. I mean, not as that
It
period.
wasn't her period
Right.
dress. She
Wasn't
was
her
in
period.
costume of that period. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
George asks, are spirits you meet in these places stuck there forever?
Hope
I
not.
don't think so. I don't
I
think
don't think
so.
so. I hope not too.
I think some of them come and go. Some of them are there because they want to. Some of them are there.
Out of
This I
fear.
do know. Some of them are there out of fear
Fear.
because we've
Yeah.
dealt with fearful spirits that are afraid to move on
And some are being held by
by
other
another
spirits.
spirit. Yeah, yes, like Texas Hill House.
Yes,
That was really
orphanage.
upsetting. Yeah.
They're held there.
Yeah, and if you remember, if you watched that podcast, that was a live podcast. That spirit tried to intimidate us when Beth was doing the Estes methods by you better run, you better be scared, and
Foul mouth.
yeah, which you didn't
Well, I didn't share the exact
broadcast
words.
that.
It's weird because it's coming through a radio broadcast. These
Mhm.
words aren't usually on a radio broadcast.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it was yeah, and that guy was if you guys remember, I know, Joe, that you remember when we did the flashlight method in Texas Hill House, and we were talking to that, what did you call her, Les? An entertainer.
Oh, the lady. What do you call them?
She was, yes, she was a lady of the night, and she was talking to us. In that spirit, it's a man. It's a male.
Mhm.
He came in and didn't let her talk anymore, and then the flashlight met that stopped.
It
She
was
stopped,
over.
and it was over. He walked in, and it was out. So, but there wasn't anything like that at Farnsworth House. I didn't. There's interesting things, but Beth, could you tell what you felt the first?
We've got one more
Why would
question
they be
here.
afraid to move on? Because
Just like anything else, I think. And people
they're
have their own fears.
Well, they've done
Yeah.
things in life that they think they'll be punished for after death,
Exactly.
that's
and
exactly why.
Mhm.
That's why always that's what we've always found. They're afraid to
Right.
move on because they're afraid of being punished. So, you know,
So we went to the attic of the Farnsworth house, which was interesting because there's a little cubby hole in the attic, and that is where the sharpshooter was who killed Jenny Wade, which is something we had always questioned, like how, where could this shot have come from? We didn't know because I had never done any
no,
kind of research on it or anything.
no.
That this is where he was. When we went up there, um, I started getting information. Somebody was talking to me and saying things like, they've trapped me, they've dragged me, they trapped was over and over and over. He kept saying they've trapped me, and they dragged me, but I couldn't get anything else. I couldn't figure out what was going on. And we were like on the verge of something happening, but nothing would actually come through, is how I was feeling. I don't know about you all up in the attic.
Well, up in the attic was when I said, I feel like I got shot in my head.
Oh, okay.
And then I said, and this is, Patricia was so funny because I said, I feel like I got shot in the right side of my head, like my head was blown off. And then I said, okay, half my head was blown off. And I hear Patricia go, and then she goes, you're killing me. Let me talk. And we're like, no. So I thought, all right, well, that was right. And then I was asking questions of, I asked it to use like any of our equipment, and I said, are you the sharpshooter? That's who that I was feeling. Are you the sharpshooter? And are you the one that was in this nest over here, the, you know, in the sniper's nest? And Patricia kept saying, let Missy go, let her go. And I let her go, and she ran over, by gosh, right over to the sniper's nest. And that's where she went and stood there.
That's right. I forgot about that.
So, yeah. So that was, and I don't usually feel things in my body. I usually see things, and I pick up feelings from the spirit, or I hear things or I see things, but I've never felt like speaking in, I feel like I just got shot. I got shot in the right side of my head. Oh, I feel like my head was blown off. Oh, it's half my head. And it was the sharpshooter. It was him. It was the sniper. His name was Walter. He was shot in the right side of his head, and half of his head was literally blown off. And and he was the sniper in that sniper's nest. And then trying to think of what else we did up there. Pop, 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 pop.
That's a blur to
I,
me, most of the attic.
yeah. um, yeah, and so Patricia's dying because she wants to tell us everything, right? And everything we say, she's going, and so then when we were down in the basement, though, tell them what you felt.
Oh, I saw blood, a lot of blood, like sticky when you walk blood. I could feel it on my feet. I could smell that rusty smell. It was making me nauseous. Um, this man was telling me how he was trapped. He was trapped. He was dragged. He was trapped. He was dragged. And that's how it comes to me. It's almost like a psychic Tourette's kind of a thing.
Tourette's, yeah.
Yeah. So, what else
He
was
was
it?
still alive when they put him in with all the dead guys. Wasn't he?
That's what you said. You
The
said
other,
that repeatedly. I
that's
was
right.
alive when they put me in here.
I saw bodies stacked, and they were stacked high.
So
And,
did I.
Did
they were
you?
stacked high, and he was telling me he was still alive. He was
Yeah.
still alive.
When I
Okay.
went down, remember I said I went down and I went outside and I was in the basement? When I was in the basement, whatever I was doing with the light or whatever I was doing, I was seeing stacked dead bodies down there.
Yeah. So Joe Conjal said, Joan, did that experience surprise or scare you in any way? And then he said, I'm referring to the feeling of being shot. No, it didn't. I don't know how to explain it. No, I knew it wasn't me. I knew it was him. And I was just uh, like a telephone wire or something. I wasn't, the telephone wire doesn't experience the feeling, you know what I mean? But I just, no, it didn't surprise me. Or I, afterwards, I did say to Rob, I said, that's weird. I've never felt like I feeling this, I'm seeing this, I've never felt that way where I was looking through the eyes of another person or feeling what the person experienced. So that was different for me, but it didn't surprise me or shock me or scare me. No, no. But anyway, so you were smelling all that blood and you saw all the bodies stacked.
Mhm.
So we should tell them that, okay, so what I experienced was the sniper who killed Jenny Wade. That is how he died, and his name was Walter. And Missy went right over to where he was, which was really interesting, and just stayed there till I went and got her. And what Beth experienced, do you remember what they told us afterwards, Beth?
Yes.
Okay.
Uh, the, the blood was so deep. It was up to like the top of a fireplace or something.
Yeah, it was 2 feet deep, they said.
2 feet deep of blood in
Mhm.
that room, the basement where we were.
Blood and mud.
Mm-hmm.
And there
And that
was
is where they had stacked bodies in there, and they had put Walter in a room that was um, beside where we were, and the the door would keep making noises and vibrating, and it was like it was trying to get out of that room. There was a sigil marked on the door that was supposed to have been marked by Lorraine Warren. And so they felt like, it was a demonic presence that was in that room.
it was a demonic presence,
Yeah, I agree.
for sure. I could put my hand on that door. There is nothing behind this door. You guys have to understand this. It's a locked door. There's nothing in there. I could literally feel, and I think I asked some of you to try this, to feel this. I could feel a heartbeat. The door, I could feel the door moving underneath my hand like the beat of a heart. It was really creepy. And then you did the Estes method down there,
Mhm.
and that was Walter speaking through you.
Mhm. I think he had been with me the whole night.
Yeah. So Joe said, yeah, Walter was very present. So would the feeling of being shot be considered some kind of remote viewing experience? No, remote viewing, you see it.
Yeah. I think what they do is a lot of times when we experience spirits, they try to show us and tell us
Yeah.
how they've died. And the
Yeah.
way they do that is by giving us the pain.
Yeah.
And a lot, and oftentimes we get the pain and then we can say, okay, I understand you need to back off. And most of the time they will do that. But they're
Mhm.
just trying to describe to you what had happened to them.
Yeah, that's happened to me before. That has happened to me before. With the priest at your old school
Mm-hmm.
in my
Yeah.
chest. Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's so fun being a paranormal investigator. I feel like my head's been blown off. Oh no, just half.
It'll be all right. Well, we can get the other half.
His
Oh my
spirit was
God.
strong. He was trying to communicate with all of us, and we all picked up on a little bit of what he was trying to tell us.
Yes. Yes.
There was something about the door in the second dining room, and I can't remember what that story was, but
Oh,
Kathy had mentioned that door, that door had been bothering her.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
it wasn't
forget
it
that.
something to do with a little boy? Because didn't she take?
Yes.
She took us out there.
Yes.
There's something to do with a little boy. I don't remember exactly what
Yeah.
that was.
Patricia told us about it. I forget
Yeah.
that.
About the little
But
boy.
I do know that every single thing that she tells on her tour, we experienced and were able to say what it was. We each one of us had a piece of the puzzle,
Mm-hmm.
and so we knew the whole story. And she was dying because we kept hitting on all the right things that had happened, and she was just like, and she kept saying, "You people are the real deal. You're the real deal. You're the real deal."
She kept saying that. Cute.
Yeah, the other guide was saying that too. They're the real
Oh
deal.
yes,
They're the real
they're the real deal. These people. Yep. Okay, I know I keep harping on this, but I'm just fascinated with the idea that you felt that experience in your body. Well, it 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 surprised me too because I've never had spirit communicate with me that way before. Like I said, normally I see it or I get the feeling of what they're feeling. I don't feel it. So it was different. Not a pleasant way to die.
No. I
But
remember in the basement, Rob said to me, "Boy, you take your ghost hunting seriously." Do you remember why you said that? I stuck
No.
my nose in the drain to see where the smell was
oh, I
coming.
remember. I remember. And Rob
That's
did
right.
that, and we were like, "Ooh,
Well, everybody kept saying, I smell this, I smell that. I'm like, wait a minute, let me just make sure. And I got on my hands and knees and stuck my nose. Oh, it was disgusting. Oh, God,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yeah." So that Walter was not a good person in life before his shot killed Jenny Wade, which he didn't intentionally do that.
No,
Right.
stray shots.
It was a ricochet, yeah. But he had not been a very lovely person, and the people in town didn't like him already, anyhow. So that made him less loved. But he died anyhow. But yeah, that was. And I didn't like you doing that Estes method. I almost tapped you out a couple of times because I didn't like his spirit, his attitude, you know?
Yeah. It wasn't bothering me. In fact, the
That's
whole
good.
time I was doing it, I was like, I don't even know if this is making any sense to anyone.
Oh, it did.
So, yeah, it didn't. I wasn't bothered at all by it.
No, Walter was, he would have been Confederate, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because he was in from the town. So yeah, he was a Confederate. But he had a lot of trouble with the law before that. He liked women with dark hair and was he was abusive to women. So really odd that he ended up killing Jenny Wade. But people in the town had been having trouble with him before that, before any of this. But I guess at that time it was all hands on deck. So, but to go through that house and not know anything about it, and to hit on every single thing that she wanted to tell was, because Kathy felt the boy that she wanted to tell about that in that one door, and then I felt about him getting his head blown off. And you felt all the blood. Yeah, Confederate soldier.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Rob just looked it up. She was killed by a Confederate soldier, a stray bullet by a Confederate soldier. And that soldier was Walter, that we were all picking up on, including Missy. I think in death he wants to redeem himself. I really do, but he's still a nasty person, so he's not doing a great job. But they said that they had to dig the mud out 2 feet down to get rid of the smell when they redid the house, when they opened it up to be a hotel and dining room and stuff. Dining
There
area.
did you hear the woman open the door? She was in one of the rooms and
Yes.
yelled down the step. Well, I scared her. I didn't mean to, but I was coming down from the attic because I had gone up to get the camera, and I came down when she did that, and I leaned over the banister and I went, sorry. And she ran into that room and shut that door, and I heard her throwing the hook on, and I don't know what she thought I was. I was just trying not to startle her by whispering sorry, but I scared the living crap out of her.
So that was wild to me that they let us investigate from 10 until 2 a.m. and that the hotel was filled. Yes.
Yeah.
And we're walking by all the rooms. We didn't know. I didn't know. I don't think I was aware of that until that lady yelled, quiet down. We're trying to sleep. And we're like, what? We're going up and down the stairs.
She just took off that little, because it was just, sorry.
My daughter can't sleep. Oh, gee. I mean, they do tours through there at night, but they let us investigate. With setting up all of our equipment and doing the Estes method and walking up and down the stairs and the dog running around. And I'm like, this is
that
nuts.
stairwell was beautiful. That stairwell going up was amazingly beautiful.
Oh, the house was beautiful. It really was.
They had really good food. It was a nice place, and all except the one
person,
gift shop lady, who I'm sure she has other jobs there, but everyone was so kind and helpful, and they were great.
Yeah, and we had never investigated there before. I didn't even know that the Farnsworth house was haunted or anything like that. I know didn't you guys eat there?
Many years ago, we stayed in Gettysburg, and we went there for breakfast, and we were able just to kind of wander around a little bit. And I could tell it was haunted, but I wasn't getting anything specific at the time. But we didn't spend much time because, there were other people there. And
Yeah.
yeah, so.
But I'm glad we were able. I'm glad we were able to investigate it this time and to have.
Right.
I mean, they were so gracious and just threw open the place and said, "Do whatever you want and let the dog run around." And that's with guests in there. Like, no, Missy's a very sweet dog, but if she feels like somebody's, doing something they shouldn't do, she barks quite a lot. She didn't make a peep that whole
No,
night, but
she's so quiet. She's always so good.
yeah, she is a good girl. But let her go. No. I did let her go upstairs in the attic, though, and she went
Right.
straight over to where Walter was. So you think it was Walter behind that door in the basement?
I wish Kathy could have joined us tonight, but I cannot remember. My memory's terrible.
Because I thought it was.
In the basement, you mean?
In the
I thought you meant
basement.
in the dining room.
No,
I think it's Walter behind that door.
because I felt like it was demonic, a
Well,
demon.
I think we talked about this before. That at some point when people do this evil stuff, that the demons just seem to be taking over their soul, and that's what is left after so many years of being taken over. So I think it's kind of one and the same. Does that make any sense? I know I'm really woo-woo.
We
There's
did
a
18 years of deliverances. We are really woo-woo.
There is a theory that people that are very evil, and we're talking about like Ted Bundy, for example, that after death, they don't go to heaven or hell. Their being, their energy just gets absorbed by the universe and they just no longer exist. Or there's the demonic thing where a demon that will get them so much and absorb their energy, and it just becomes that person is now part of this demonic presence. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I knew
To me,
from
it
the
really, I'm sorry, it just really is something that when I heard this theory, I was like, that feels right to me.
I knew from the sigil that there was a demon behind there, And you guys, you should, I mean, there's no way to describe what that room was like. It was locked. We couldn't go in there. You couldn't open it.
And there was a temperature thing going on there, right? Wasn't there
Yes.
something? Yeah, I thought I remembered that.
Yep.
There's something going on with the temperature right there in front of
Yep.
the door.
And you could hear it vibrating in there. You could hear it vibrating. And like I said, when I put my hand on the door, I could feel like a heartbeat pulsating, That was weird. And because I had seen the sigil, I knew it was something demonic in there.
I did have the SLS camera going, and it didn't detect any change in temperatures for that door. So nothing, was off there as far as the equipment was concerned.
Well, did you have the SLS on it the whole time, though?
Most of the time,
Oh,
yeah, because there wasn't much else to show down there,
yeah.
So I was aimed toward that corner most of the time.
Well, wasn't there something about the mirror down there, too?
Yes.
People had taken photos in the mirror, and they were getting faces, which Patricia said she felt was Walter. But I saw one of the pictures, and it was more than I've ever seen a figure in a mirror. And we've seen a lot of that. Not personally, I've never taken one that I've gotten a figure in, but I've seen other people's photos. But this was so clear that it really I thought it was a really good capture.
Hmm.
Patricia thought that was Walter in that picture, you know.
Yeah,
And
that's what she
it's
said.
possible. Yeah, it's possible, but I just don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. And there was another mirror on another wall down there, wasn't there? Also,
Yes.
that one, that was a weird one.
I didn't like any of the mirrors.
You know,
Other mirror is the one that I kind of felt first. I could feel something coming from that. And the
yeah,
other one that they're getting the pictures of the face, I didn't even realize it was there.
yeah, because it was over like on a side wall, and the other one that you're talking about, if you walked down and then turned, it was right there on that back wall. So,
Yeah.
Oh, like if you walked in and then made a left and headed towards that back corner,
yeah,
it was creepy back there. I went
yeah,
back there to unplug something and I was like, I don't like standing here.
yeah,
Yeah.
That
yeah.
whole basement was creepy. The whole
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
Sad
yeah,
too.
well,
I was feeling very emotional down there. It was very sad. But
it was
there were so
awful.
many emotions, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And the battlefield when we went out there, that was sad during the day.
Oh, yeah.
It was so
Oh, the
sad.
dowsing rods you guys were
Oh
using.
yeah, we used
Yeah.
the dowsing out there.
Yeah.
It
When
was
I
so-
talk about it, I still cry. It just, that answer was just heartbreaking.
Yeah. There were so many buried still there,
still there.
never repatriated, and
Mhm.
you couldn't hardly walk without walking over somebody. Are there any spirits you encountered that died in modern times that somehow are now trapped alongside the spirits from the Civil War era? Well, there was that welcoming spirit, the woman,
Right.
that we all
The
sensed.
hostess.
Then, and she had just died recently, and she worked there at the hotel and used to dress up in Civil War clothing. So she was in that house with all of those um, all of those other spirits, along with Walter, and
Still doing her job.
still doing her job. So
And that was her shoes in the fireplace, right?
Yeah,
yes,
yeah. And
those were
Walter-
her shoes. Mhm.
Then so
The
what?
teenager,
Yeah, Jenny Wade.
the teenager and Jenny Wade, I thought was
Mhm.
more
Yes.
recent.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yes, yes, yeah, like a modern kid.
Yeah, because even the way you described him, when you still thought he was a real person, he definitely
Yeah.
seemed modern.
It was
Yeah.
modern, yes, yeah. But yeah, there is that woman that worked there as a hostess in the hotel, and she hadn't died that long ago, and she's still there. Her spirit is still there. But I'm sure that after working there for so long and loving the house and everything, she was pretty used to everybody that was there.
Yeah,
I think
she probably did love it. So why wouldn't she want to be there?
hmm I think that like what Beth picked up in the basement when she was talking about the man in this, and we found out later she was dead on. It was very accurate that he was very upset that he was there and alive, and they left him there for dead and didn't help him. And I don't think that he necessarily feels like that all the time, but he does every time someone's there that can hear him. He tells his story, and so he goes through all the anger and upset and all that kind of stuff. But that doesn't mean he lives in that kind of feeling all the time.
Joe asked, do you think she has any problems with the older spirits not thinking she should be there with them?
I don't think so. I think they probably, they all wanted to communicate with all of us.
And I wonder too if there's any sort of division, like because of time. Like there's a division when you're in a spirit on the other side. Let's just say that. And maybe they don't even know that she's there.
Like they're on a different plane or something.
Yeah.
Different.
Yeah. I
It-
don't know.
It could be that they're some of them are in the basement and that's where they stay, and she's in the dining room on the first floor and that's where she stays. But who knows? Who knows? You
Right,
have to spend a
right.
whole lot more time there to figure
Yeah.
that out.
Paul asked, do the spirits always exist at the age they die, or do they sometimes regress to an earlier age to present themselves?
Absolutely, they do. Yep, they do. Actually, we've known spirits that chose to live as kids playing and had died at an old age. But then we also know of a spirit who died young and then grew older. So, no, they don't always exist at the age they die. And then Joe said what you were talking about was like a different,
Like a different dimension.
dimension, a different plane, different dimension of existence.
When I pass, I'm going to be 16 forever. So just
Yes, Joe said his comment is addressing Robin's thoughts. That's what I
Right.
thought you meant.
We got that.
We
yeah.
got that. And what did you say? You want to be 16?
yeah, I'm going to be.
Oh gosh. I think I'd rather be 30. I hit my stride at 30.
Yeah, I did too. I was just thinking
It
about my
was a good
skin.
year. Well, at 30 I was really my hair was still naturally red. It hadn't turned white yet. So I was doing good. And I married a younger guy, so
There you go.
Woohoo.
And who's that?
you
Oh,
Les married a younger woman.
That's right.
Well, my first husband was 2 years older and my second one was 12 years younger. So I'm
12 years.
it's both ways.
Oh, there you go.
So
Your number.
CW said the spirits don't have any sense of time, do they? That's interesting.
it is.
I don't know, because I know on investigations that we've been together on as a team is that we've talked with some spirits, like I'm thinking of at the railroad car,
Okay.
the guy, what was his name?
Hope.
Ooh,
Oh,
Hope. Mr. Hope.
Mr. Hope.
Hope. I mean, Jesse's yelling through the Estes method, Hope, and we're like, geez. And he was the head of the whole county, whatever his position was, and I think he thought he still was. He was acting that way anyway. So I
But-
don't know if
But
he.
most of the time when we ask them what year it is, they don't answer.
They won't tell us.
They won't tell us.
And I know I had said another time before that I wondered if the time is different for them as far as how it passes, because I was talking about the woman who used to live here and how I've been in this house for 20 some years and suddenly she's here. And I was saying maybe it's just been a second for her. I don't know.
Yep.
We,
I don't
we
know
will
either.
never know, I guess, until we're like haunting somebody.
I think time goes much faster for them, but I don't know if they are aware of time.
Right.
Yeah, I just know, and I think I said this before too, that if it was second for second through forever, I would lose my flipping mind. I would not be able to. That would be horrible. It'd be like, don't punish me anymore. Don't make
Like
me
those spirits
good.
have been there since 1860. How boring would that be?
Yes. Or even like, let's suppose, it was like the year 1000.
Yeah.
What? Ah. And I wonder if, well, I guess I was going to say if they fade over time or they just pass on to where they should be. Because all those, yeah, all those years and years and years, like, because people have been, dying for as long as they've been around. And not all of them leave. So it makes you wonder, where are they? It's not like they just started, spirits just started making themselves known in the past couple hundred years.
I would hope that they cross over at some point and
Yeah.
ascend. That would be
Yeah.
my hope, but
Yes.
who knows?
Well,
Because it would have to be something pretty awful for them to stick around for all that time and not move on.
when we first investigated in Gettysburg, this was some years ago, um, and we went out to the bridge. What's it called? Why
The
can't
one
I?
where we went when we
Sax?
Yeah,
were there. Yeah, I can't
yeah,
remember the name of it.
Is it Sax?
Sax.
Oh,
Sax.
yeah,
we went to Sachs Bridge. Okay, wait a minute. Paul says, the older I get, the faster time passes. So it must be 500 miles per hour train. Right, for them.
I
I
hear
think
you.
you're right. I think you're right. So when we were at Sachs Bridge, we were communicating with a Civil War soldier. He was a Confederate, and he felt very guilty about what he had done, the things that he had done, and that's what was keeping him there. He felt terrible about what he had done. And that had to be hard on all of them. There was Americans killing Americans.
Yeah.
And so Rob was talking to him, and he was answering, and he we were using the flashlight method. And so then Rob said to him, "Do you know Jesus?" And he said, "Yes," because a lot of people at that time were Christians. And he said, "Yes." And so then Rob said to him, "Then you know that God is love, right?" "Yes." And then he said, "Then why won't you go and see him?" And we finally figured out that he was afraid. He was afraid to see God. He was afraid because of what he'd been taught, that he was going to go to hell, you know. And so Rob said to him, "You did what you did because you were a soldier, you were obeying orders. There's nothing wrong with that. You can remember from the Bible, a lot of stuff like that happened in the Bible." And we told him that God was love and that he was going to accept him. And he, we could tell from his answers that he felt better. And then we prayed with him, and he was gone. He left. He went. But if you
Okay.
don't get to talk to them and help them cross over, then, a lot of them are not stuck because they have to be stuck, but they stick themselves there. He had stayed there where he had done all that and was constantly there. He might have been one of the three that was hung on the bridge. I don't know. He
Could have
didn't
been.
say. But oh yeah, 500-mile per hour train for them right now. So, and another time we helped a spirit that who had died like in the 1400s to pass over. And it took days to get him to finally take the leap before he thought about it. So I think a lot of them are afraid to cross over and see what's on the other side. So they stay here. Some people, I think, have already crossed over and they come back.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that happens too, where they
Yeah. Yeah. I know both of my grandmothers have come to see me and they're not stuck here. I mean, they've come to see me all over the states. So I know they're not stuck. They both died in Boston, so and they're not stuck
One
here.
of the places that I've been and I talk about because I can't get the place out of my head, honestly, and that's the Villisca axe murder house.
Yeah.
And the little girl that was in the
Yeah.
closet, and myself and my friend we had both seen her, and it was absolutely heartbreaking. And this little girl was still in a cycle of fear, and I don't think she knew she was dead because she was so afraid of this axe murderer, and that she cowered in the corner. And I absolutely, and it feels ridiculous to say now, and I don't think that I would make the same choice now as I did then. But we have to sign a waiver saying you're not going to cross over these
Yeah.
spirits
I know. We have to do that all the time.
all the time. And
And I hate it.
I am a rule follower, and
Mhm. Me
we
too.
didn't speak to her about. We did try to speak to her about the dangerous past, that type of thing, but not trying to get her to cross over. Had I had an opportunity to do that again, I probably would make a different decision. But I think that they can get wrapped up in that kind of thing too, where they really don't know they're dead and that they are still in fear of their lives or still in that terror situation, which is absolutely
That-
heartbreaking.
yeah.
The little boy in the well at Texas Hill House.
Yes.
He was like 7 years old and he said, I'm cold and it's wet.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I'm afraid.
And I'm afraid. Yeah.
oh, that's awful.
I know. That's just, that is really, really awful. Joe Conjal said, do the spirits interact with each other on a regular basis when no living person is around, or are they dormant most of the time? Well, I don't think they're ever dormant. And we know they do interact because we've seen interaction, negative interaction from one spirit to another spirit. So there is interaction. Paul Hollis said there is probably more money in keeping the spirits close. Yes,
Yeah.
that's why they make us sign the waiver.
Yes.
Because they're making money, letting people tour or investigate or whatever they're doing, and so you can't cross them over. They make you sign that waiver. But Beth and I have made it clear how they can move over
Give them some
without
credit.
us doing it. Here, we're going to give you all the tools, but it's up to you. We're not going to do it. So at the Opera House, I was especially upset about that. And you said,
Yes.
we gave her all the tools. She knows what to do. And I
Yes, it
said,
will.
well, that's better. Yeah. So you can do that. And I would have liked to have spent more time with that little boy at Texas Hill House, to help him
Yes.
feel better.
Yes.
The sad part is, I think his mom. Go
I
ahead.
think we touched on a few things at Hill House, but we were so overwhelmed by all of the stuff
Crap.
we had.
Mhm.
Yes. And it was, I think that was very distracting and it was off-putting.
Mhm.
And so the spirits that were really there, first off, we were able to talk to a little bit before we're shut down by something.
Right.
I wish we would have had a little more time to
Talk.
more in depth and talk with them.
Yeah.
Paul says just direct the spirits to haunt the waiver presenter. Good idea. Good idea.
They'll be begging us to come back and
Yeah.
cross them
Oh,
over.
there's more.
Have a little, yeah, go home with them at night.
Yeah.
Don't let them sleep. Yeah, it's sometimes it's like um difficult because you do know that there are some that, and I do believe this is by their own free will, whether they realize it or not, but they are stuck in a cycle. And I that's heartbreaking, and you want to break that cycle, like the little boy in the well. He died. He doesn't need to keep reliving that all the time, experiencing it all the time.
Yes.
And I think his mom was there too. And
Yes.
that's heartbreaking. So, and like you said, there was so much junk in there. The first thing that we did was you and I went in and pulled the plug on that
Oh, it's terrible.
Vasmora thing, whatever it is.
That was terrible. You couldn't even hear yourself think, let alone to hear spirits communicate with you.
Right.
Mhm. Yeah.
It's pretty bad.
But that fox did move its head.
That
And
fox did.
that bathroom was really, really, really bad.
Yeah.
And that was demonic. And then there was something not demonic, but not great in the room where they did all the scrying on the scrying, or however you say it, on the mirror in that room.
Yeah.
That was not
And
good in
somebody
that
was
room.
in there after us, and one of the viewers saw it. Robin, was it you that saw it on the
Robin,
What?
at
when we
the
went to
Texas
the
Hill House.
I wasn't there.
No,
No,
but
but you were
saw it
watching.
on the
Oh,
podcast.
I was like, oh yeah, where I saw somebody. Was that what it was? Where I saw somebody sitting in the chair and they got up and walked out the door.
And you
Yes.
thought it was one of us.
Yes, that's all because it looked so solid. It was just somebody sitting there. I could even see the one arm. One arm was not on the arm of the chair. The other arm was, I think. And then they pushed off and stood up and walked out the door. And it was plain as day.
Mhm.
Sorry, I got dazed off for a second. I'm like, I wasn't there. What are you talking about?
I wasn't there. No, we know you weren't. But particularly that house, I didn't like the people that owned it and were running it. I didn't like it. I did. I mean, like the Farnsworth house has lots of spirits in it, and that house is done beautifully, and it's a warm, welcoming house, and
No hype.
there's no hype at all. You
Yeah.
know, it's just lovely there, and then to go to another house that could have been really a good experience and have, I mean, they had dolls hanging from the ceiling on strings, and just
The
Tacky.
whole thing.
Sort of like a haunted house at Halloween, sort of.
Yes.
Yeah.
exactly like that.
Mhm.
Exactly like that.
But I feel like that's what some people are looking for, and that's what and they're catering to
That's how they make their
those
money.
people. And we're like, no, just give us the bare facts here. We don't want all of
Right.
it. We don't.
Right.
We want to
Right.
get to what's really here.
I know. Yeah, and that's the thing, because all of the questions that you all have asked tonight, that is all the kind of stuff that we want to know. And those are the kind of questions we do ask them. And why they are not more forthcoming, I don't know. Like Rob said before, we often ask them to tell us what day it is in the year. And we seldom get the answer. And
Or even what year did you die?
what year did you die? And they seldom tell the answer to that too. And I do know at May Stringer we get a lot of numbers,
Mhm.
and that's wild. And I don't know what that's about. It's
We haven't
so
figured out those numbers yet.
no, and it's really, I really want to. We should ask Gary. We did ask Gary the last time. He didn't answer
I
us.
think we did. Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We asked him what's with all the numbers.
Yeah. And we've asked the docents what's going on with the numbers. You all figured it out? And they weren't sure either.
Mm-mm. Paul Ellis said, ask them what mile marker they are at.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, because I'm sure they'd know that.
Sure.
I like your idea about telling the spirits to haunt the people that are making us sign those waivers.
Yeah.
That's
good
great.
That is a good idea. You know, if you want to move on, don't let them sleep at night. That's mean. I don't think I could do that. But what they're doing is
Oh,
wrong.
sure you could.
I don't think so. If I got mad enough, I could. But anyway, how long have we been
Well,
going?
Hour and 40.
Oh, probably everybody needs
Yeah.
to go. Any more questions?
We will probably go back to Gettysburg sometime.
Yeah.
We have some unfinished business there still.
We've still got tons of evidence to go through that we haven't had a chance to go through.
So Beth got what do you call it? Dowsing rods. And she was learning to use them and enjoying it and having a good time. And I always thought they were like, not on the up and up. But, I trust Beth and I respect her. And so I thought, oh, I'll try it. Holy moly. Did I get more than I bargained for? So right away, they worked for me when I would talk to them. They would move and I would tell them to go back to, neutral and they would go back and I wasn't watching, you were watching a video on how to do it. I was just winging it, right? When we went to Gettysburg, I used them to find out where the
Bodies.
were, and it showed me where all the bodies were. And
What was that field we went to?
Pittsfield,
Pittsfield, right?
Pitts. That's what's it
Pitts-
called? Pitts what?
Oh, Ivan's Pits.
Yeah, I think
Ivan's Pitts.
I think it's Ivan's Pits.
And anyway, that's where all the bodies were that Robin was talking about and that we've been talking about. It's really sad. And so then this man walked up to me and he said, I'm a sensitive too. And I said, oh, that's cool. And he said, you have a spirit with you all the time, and her name is Megan. And I said, really? I said, is she one of my spirit guides? And he said, yes. And I said, huh. I said, I can use the dowsing rods, to ask her. So I said, are you one of my ancestors? Yes. Are you one of my spirit guides? Yes. And so then Beth said to me, I think she's the one that's moving your dowsing rods. That's who's doing it. All right. So then fast forward to Farnsworth House. And Patricia had a app that she was using. Okay. Do you remember that? I've got it on my phone. Kathy downloaded it, and then I downloaded it on mine. And I said to Kathy, how do I use this thing? I said, I'm the same age as your mother, so bear with me, help me with this techie stuff. So she showed me how to use it and stuff. The first time I turned it on, the word Megan came across. Okay, this was before we went to the field,
Yeah,
and the guy
it's-
told me about Megan. And I
Yeah.
didn't even think about it. When he said Megan, I didn't think about it. And then the second time I turned it on, it said, Megan is here in capital letters. And I thought, okay, this is some kind of weird thing on this thing. And then he told me about Megan and stuff. Still didn't connect it, right? And then you said, I think she's the one using the moving the dowsing rods. And then I turned on that app, and there it was still there, Megan, and Megan is here. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. The first time I used that app, Megan gave me her name and then said, I'm here. Megan is here. That's crazy. I mean, that's really wild.
It's so
I still
cool.
can't get over it.
It's so cool.
And then some random guy walked up to me and said, you got a woman with you. Her name is May. I asked her, are you one of my ancestors? And she said, yes. I said, okay.
He was from Clearwater too, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was.
Right.
He was
Yes.
from Florida. Right near where we live.
Yeah, that area.
It was like, all right. He was there with his sister.
A nice
He had
family.
two sisters, right? Didn't he have two sisters?
I don't know. He just pointed to
think.
one and he said,
Right.
"That's-"
I think one wasn't. The one had walked ahead, and the one was out by the road.
Uh-huh.
That was a nice family trip.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, he was so excited that we were all there. I'm a sensitive too, and I'm like, okay, random guy. then to say, and you have a spirit with you. Her name is Megan, and I said, Megan, and he said, yeah, and I said, huh. Well, I said, I'm part Irish. It could be an ancestor that I didn't know, but that was wild. That really was wild. And then to go back on the app and see that it said Megan, and then Megan is here, and that was the day before that we went out to the pits, whatever it is,
Yeah.
Ivers Pits,
I,
Reverse it.
Iverson pit.
Iverson
I
Pits.
looked it up. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was crazy. Crazy things like that happen all the time in the spirit world.
Synchronicities.
That,
Pretty cool.
yeah. And then for him to be from Clearwater, I was just what? What are the odds?
They are odd.
And for years I've been trying to figure out who my spirit guides are. I've asked all kinds of people and psychics, and that
I
one
took a stranger on a battlefield to let you know.
Yeah.
I know. Well, who one of them is.
Yes.
I knew who others were, but I didn't know her, and I knew I had more. But I just
Lots,
couldn't.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So I've been told. I said, I must need a lot of help.
So right now, I think there's a lot going on in Gettysburg because it's the anniversary of the battle this week coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So
Right.
that they say that a lot of the spirit activity comes around this time of year. It's so hot there, though.
That's when we
Yes.
went the last time.
Yeah,
So,
was close to the anniversary.
yep. And it was very, very active.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't want to be there at this time.
So we can be there in
Okay.
5 days
No.
at our rate of travel.
I can't. Sorry.
So before we went there, now our trailer is 4 years old, 2022 or 2021. What is it?
21.
20. All right. Our trailer is 5 years old. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we had to put in, before we went on the Gettysburg trip, we had to put in a new sofa and two new recliners. And then we got back, when we were getting back, we had trouble with the refrigerator. So we just had to have a new refrigerator put in the other day. And now,
We're going on a long trip in August out west.
and we found out we need a new hitch. It's
Oh, jeez.
It's like the money pit.
it's like, are you kidding me?
Oh,
But
wow.
um,
Time to trade it in for another one.
Yeah.
well, you know,
Easy for me to say.
well, we've been talking about it. We've been talking about it for a while, about trading it in on a like a Class C, and then tow a little car instead of having to have us pull a big truck
Yeah.
or a big trailer. But our trailer is really big, you know, not a small one. And when we went and looked at the Class Cs, I was like, well, I don't want to give up my electric heat. I don't want to give up our fireplace. I don't want to give up the theater seating. I don't want to give up the sofa.
Just doesn't want to give it up.
I don't want to give up the king size bedroom. And I don't want to give up the big bathroom that we have, which ours is bigger than most bathrooms on most trailers. And
So that encompasses most of the trailer.
She just doesn't want that little rug that's sitting in front of the door.
so
Might have to get a new one of those.
it's like, we were talking to the dealer, and I said, this is what I want to have. And it's like, okay, so now you're looking at a 40-foot Class C. Because, I mean, they just don't have all those things in the Class C. There's not that much room. So
So you're keeping it.
so far, yeah, that's why we're rebuilding it little by little. Exactly, you got it. Like, and I don't want to give that stuff up.
No.
I think he might want to give it up and get a little.
No, I'm good.
I don't have to hook it up or anything,
It's true.
and I also don't drive the truck and tow the trailer. He does all the driving.
That's true.
Oh.
Well, we better let everybody go.
Yeah.
Shoot.
What?
I've got visitors.
You know, we just heard something at our front door. So did the dog, but nobody.
Oh,
Friendly neighborhood gunfire, I think.
oh, great.
Maybe they're practicing fireworks out there. It's about that time.
Great.
Yeah.
Joe
More like-
Conja said, great show and super interesting as always. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Joe.
Thanks, Joe. We're so sorry. We only planned this trip because of you, and then we planned it at right the time you couldn't come.
Oh,
CW said, this was interesting. Thanks.
Thank you,
Thank you, CW, for
And
being
thank
part
you,
of-
Paul.
interesting conversation. Thanks. That's what, yeah, there we go. Interesting conversation. Thanks. You're welcome.
thank you.
Yes. Now you all know how woo-woo we really are.
We'll
Wow,
prove it every
such a
month.
portion.
Joe Conjul says he'll go the next time.
All right.
That'd be great,
All right.
Joe. But this time,
Yeah.
before we make plans, we'll check and make sure that you'll
No, wait a
have
minute.
that
That's a
time.
verbal contract. We can do whatever
We'll make sure.
we can
That
set it
you'll
up
have the
whenever
time.
we want to.
The whole point is to let him come.
Yes. Well, he'll just
Yeah.
have to. He's already committed.
And we'll do Farnsworth House again, but now we know everything. So we should be able to get down to another layer. That's something else that we didn't talk about tonight, you guys, is that the more often we go to the same place, the more we learn the more the spirits trust us and the more they're willing to divulge stuff. Joe Conjal said that works. Yes, it does. Don't you think that that's true?
I do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the better it is. So you can't go too many times. Oh,
Right.
Texas Hill House, I would not go a second.
We went too many times
We
already.
went too many. Once.
Right.
Wouldn't, we should maybe do Alaska, but that'll be really rough and hard and sad. But
It is hard. But there's several places in the area that you
Just
can
gotta
go,
have time. That's
not
all.
just have just the
and
one.
money.
And money.
We ain't got that. We don't have time.
All right.
There's one in
All right.
Louisiana I want to go to also outside of New Orleans.
What's that?
A haunted house.
Let's
For an investigation.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'd love to go. There's so much to do, and
Oh, which
Louisiana.
house is that?
I think it's the ski. It's one that's just new. I forget. It's on. I follow them on Facebook. I'll look it up and let you know.
So and they do let people investigate.
Yeah, and it's a hotel, so you can spend the night there and investigate, and it's reasonable.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, and it's on a little island outside of New Orleans.
Really?
Yes.
What about Colonial Williamsburg?
Ooh, that's a cool place.
Yeah, I love Williamsburg.
I love Williamsburg. And,
But
yeah, we
would
found
they let us do an
there.
investigation?
Yeah, I don't think they
they
have no.
No, because they want it to be for tourists and fun, and they don't want people to be worried about ghosts.
Yeah, it's more of an educational place, but yes,
Yes.
there goes there though.
Yeah, there are ghosts there, whether they want them to be there or not.
Right.
I hate to tell you, folks, but they be here.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, everyone's already said goodbye, so
We should say
I think
goodnight.
we should say goodnight. And
Good night.
next month.
Yes.
Talk to you guys soon. I'm going to actually click off because I'm falling asleep.
Okay.
Bye,
Good
everyone.
night.
Night, everybody.